wasn't anything at that moment that, you know, was our cup of tea right then. And so she was like, what do you want to do? And we were gossiping, and she's like, well, why don't we just go grab one of the empty rooms and we'll just talk about like whatever cool new thing, you know. She's like, because you do things different than I do. And so like a bunch of us that were more sort of, you know, more experienced users just went and brain bashed. Nothing was planned. It was just like, hey, what cool new thing are you doing right now? And we got some of the best stuff out of that session that you know, you just never would have expected to learn. So Chris decided she wanted to roll with that again as our last session. So we're glad you're all here because we want to know how you're doing stuff.
So one of my favorite things that I took out of that last year, if whoever belongs in this room, one of the most significant issues is finding good quality free photography for your blogs, okay, for your blog posts. And Lesley had, and the name of it escapes me right now, it's the word bubble?
Wordle.
Wordle. You go to Wordle and you put in a whole bunch of words, and then you can put in, colors, and you can put in all these different things, and it takes these words and it puts them into like a picture, a graphic.
You paid? It makes a word cloud. You guys have probably seen them where like the word that's most important is biggest, and then other words are smaller.
Sizes, different fonts.
Yeah.
How are you spelling that?
I'll put it up.
And it's great because, you know, that one blog post that you just can't find the right thing for, and you go in and you just create a word cloud, and I've used it since then, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Is that Mac friendly? Because I think I tried to use it for something.
It must be Mac friendly because Lesley.
Is it Mac friendly?
I don't use a Mac computer. I have a PC. But you save it as a photo image, so see.
I use my Mac desktop.
So here I'm gonna just type in.
Well, the more you write a word, the bigger the word gets in the word.
Oh no, they won't show it. All right, well here's their galleries. Maybe we can just look at other ones. So these are, you get an idea of what people have made, and you can pick all these different color options are out there.
Can you enlarge one?
Yes, sure.
So, you know, it doesn't just have to be for blog posts. It can be for, you know, anything.
Yeah, this is HCC's computer, so it is what it is. But like if you look at this one right here, you can see social studies were the two words that were in there most, so they're bigger, and then there's all these other little subwords. You can copy and paste a blog post into that box, and it'll turn your blog post into a word cloud if it's not too big and you want to try that. And then you just save the image as a picture and upload it to your blog. And it's nice because it's, you know, specific to whatever your topic is, and you're not going to get in trouble for using it anywhere. So just to spice it up a little bit every now and again.
So, is anybody? What is everybody using?
For
I
photos.
use Flickr and check on their Creative Commons preference, searching for photos.
Yeah, as do I. And when I'm in my blog, I have a plugin called Zemanta. I think that's right, Z-E-M-A-N. And that helps too. Like as you're typing, you have to type in visual mode, not text mode. But as you're typing in the blog post, the Zemanta plugin will start scrolling and search for pictures that are relevant to what you're typing about. And sometimes it's not fabulous, but a lot of times it saved me, and they're Creative Commons pictures, and it saved me a ton of time on the occasion where there was a nice picture sitting right there waiting for me, and I could just be like, whoop, in it goes. So.
Two things about using Creative Commons pictures. First of all, make sure you check the license.
So Ron's saying for Creative Commons pictures, make sure you check the license type.
And when you're searching, you can search if it's for business, click off. There's in the search.creativecommons.org. There is a checkbox that you're using for commercial purposes. So if you're using it in a blog post, if there's an ad, best to say you're using it for commercial purposes.
Yeah, so can you guys, did you hear that? Click off on, when you're in Creative Commons doing a search for pictures, if you're going to be using the post in a commercial context, like on my blog, that would be considered commercial, make sure you check off commercial use so that you're not infringing on, even though it's Creative Commons, there's still licensing differentiations on how you can use a picture. Sometimes they need attribution, sometimes you have to ask for permission, give a link back, whatever. And so he's cautioning to make sure if you're using Creative Commons to check those licensings.
And to always give proper attribution and list the license. So, picture by Ron Miller, used under CC20, share alike license,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always give attribution, but I don't know about the shared under.
Yeah.
I don't think so, unless Samanta's done that by itself, it doesn't.
It's good etiquette.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, I always give credit. I've taken to taking a lot of pictures myself because this was such a, it's a little easier now that Flickr has more people allowing Creative Commons use photos, but when I first started blogging, finding pictures to use was one of the biggest problems, and so I just started snapping pictures of like willy-nilly so that I've got a whole slew of stuff I can use myself.
Yeah, because sometimes it seems like it takes longer to find an appropriate picture than to write the blog post.
Yeah.
It can.
If you really are having a really tough time and you want a very nice photo, you can pay for it. And I use Can Stock Photo, which is, fairly, it cost me like $2 or $3 for
Yeah.
a picture. And they're really high quality pictures. They're not just like junky stock photos. So you search by keyword and you can find some nice stuff and it really, makes your post pop.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine uses something called morgue files, and that's, excuse me, a share-alike site.
Did you say
Morgue,
more?
like when you die, you go to the morgue. I don't know why it's called that.
You can often find things in Wikipedia as well, that they'll, many of the images that are associated with an article will have a sidebar, and the image associated with that article then is free for reuse.